Okay, so in this session, we are going to see how to unlock HR user so that we can use the sample data available in the Oracle database. So as part of installation, we would have gone through a lot of understanding about a pluggable database as a container database and all. So let's go ahead and unlock the HR user, and then we can go and start playing with the sample data. So let's go open the command prompt, run as administrator. I'm sorry. Click on yes. So okay, so what are the steps which we are going to follow is here. I've already made a note of what are the things which we have to do. So we are going to log in as a system user. Okay, you just have to yeah. Okay, now you have logged in. The next is let's go and try unlocking the user. Okay, there is an error stated here. The error says that HR does not exist. The user HR does not exist. Does that mean we don't have a sample data in our installed database? No, because we are actually searching in a wrong place. Since we have, as a part of the installation, we have seen this container database and we have enabled this pluggable database, right? So we are actually looking in a wrong place. We are looking into the root container database. We are supposed to look into the pluggable database. So as part of 19C, all the sample data are available in the pluggable database, which we have named it as ORCL PDB, right? As part of the installation. So that's where we are actually supposed to look into. Right now we are in root. So what we are going to do is before going and unlocking, we are supposed to create a TNS entry for it. Let's check whether it is there, and then what are required to do a TNS entry. Okay, I'm going to minimize this command. I'm going to explain what is going to happen. So we are going to do a TNS entry. For that, we need a container ID. So we are going to first, find out what is a container ID, and then we are going to find out the protocol host and port. So these are the three parameters which we have to find the values for, and then we can reload the listener, and then we can go and alter the session to, and then we can unlock. Okay, coming here, let's go to find the container ID. I'm going to run this. Okay, let's find out the container ID. Yes, there is two entry here. Okay, there are two entries, PDB seed and ORCL PDB. Okay, ORCL PDB is the one which we have created as part of the installation. We know that. Okay, what is the other one? PDB $seed. So this PDB seed is nothing but the seed pluggable database which the Oracle Universal Installer has created, and that seed is nothing but an template. Based on the template only, the other pluggable database will be created. So we have created Oracle ORCL PDB. So our connection ID, container ID is nothing but 3. Okay, so con ID is 3. We have found out the container ID now. The next one is to find the service name. Okay, so the service name is ORCL PDB. So we have got the service name as a first part. We have got the container ID, and then with that we have found out the service name. The next point what we have to go for is you have to find out the protocol, host, and port. to do the TNS entry, this is required. So in order to do that, you have to navigate to this particular folder. So let's go to this particular folder. So you know this inside DB home network admin. I'm going to minimize and I'm going to go to the C drive, DB home, and inside DB home, what was it? Network and admin. So let me go to network and then admin. So what are the files which we are able to see here are listener.ora file, sqlnet.ora file, and tnsname.ora file. So this in tnsnames.ora file, we are going to do the edit, but before that, we are going to open this listener.ora file. Okay. Okay, so in listener.ora file, what are you going to see is what is the protocol TCP, and then host is local host and port is 1521. I want you to note down these three entries. So I'm just noting it down. Protocol is TCP, host is local host, and port is 1521. So let's close this. We have noted down. Okay. So the next one is TNS name. So in TNS names, okay, there are entries for listener Oracle and then connection data and ORCL. We are supposed to create one more entry for our pluggable database, right? That is why we are here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this. Okay. Paste. I'm going to edit it for our PDB. Okay, already this is having protocol as TCP, host is supposed to be local host and port is supposed to be 1521. It is right. And again, the service name we have already found out, it is ORCL PDB. So I'm going to enter that service name and I'm going to save this and close it. Okay, so we have saved this, right? Let me close this and open a command prompt, run as administrator. Okay, so now I want you to run the this is not the one. Okay, good. So we have reloaded the listener now. After the entering the TNS ora.file, .ora file, we have run the listener reload. The next step is to log in now. So let's go and do a login. Okay, I'm going to clear the screen so that it will be clear on the steps. Okay, let's log in. The next one is let's see the name, container name. It is like in the root, right? It is not in the pluggable database. It is there in the root. So let's see. Let's go here. Okay, session altered. Let's check if our pluggable database. So now we have altered the session from container to the Oracle PDB pluggable database. So now we are in Oracle pluggable database. I want you to know we can check for whether the ORCL PDB pluggable database is in open mode or not. Only if the database is in open mode, we can do any actions. We can communicate, we can talk, and we can get the data, whatever we want to perform. Anything you want to perform, only if the database is in open mode, we can perform. That's why we are doing this check. Okay. So let's check if it is open or not. Okay, good. Open mode, read write. So you can read and write. So it is already in the open mode. Good. So the next step is we need not do this. It is already open. Now we can go and unlock the HR. Earlier we were not able to do this unlock because we were in a wrong place. Now we have moved on to the pluggable database base where exactly where the Oracle sample data are there as part of this HR user is there. So we have logged into the Oracle pluggable database, and there we are trying to unlock this HR user. Now the unlock has been done. Let's check for the connection, whether it is connecting to the particular user or not. Yes, it is connected. So these are all the steps to do the unlock of the HR user. And then now we have unlocked, we have installed the database, we have unlocked the sample database, pluggable database sample user. And now the next step is to go and do the installation of the SQL developer tool, where we are going to open and see. We have currently unlocked it, right? So we are going to see the HR user, what exactly is there present inside this user. So that's all for this session about unlocking the HR user.